Hey there berries, hope you are doing well. Welcome to another League of Legends support video. We are going to be playing some Janna on the new patch where she got buffed in patch 13.22. I think it's 22 that we're on right now. Anyways, Janna's been reverted, so Janna means rejoicing. Well, most of them are, at least anyway. There are a couple people sad about the revert because now she's been going to be required to be played way more aggressive in lane. So this is my first game actually playing Janna on the revert. So there's lots of things that have been changed on her so that her movement speed now adds damage onto the W and her auto attacks again. When you use your W, your Zypher, you no longer lose that movement speed once you use that. Her shield has a slightly longer cooldown, but whenever you do crowd control, whether it's with your Q or your W or potentially with your ultimate, maybe, you get refund on cooldown. So it kind of makes up for the fact that E now has a longer cooldown, because if you do movement impairment abilities, it will reduce the cooldown. So we'll see how it goes. We're meant to be playing this a lot more aggressive. Riot said on their patch notes that we have to, well, they suggest maxing W. I feel like one variant of this though could easily be 3 points in W and then maxing E. Yeah, the range is pretty long, and I do feel really fast actually coming out of that. So, okay, we'll look at keeping trying to harass as much as we can. This Bud's been a bit annoying, using the brushes pretty well. So I'm just going to try and harass this Caitlyn instead. And hey Myra, thank you for the 27 months. I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's doing well right now. So we will get level 2 here. It's going to take the shield. I don't think we're going to get ganked anytime soon. Okay. I'm going to get chain CC to it. This is really bad. Okay. I feel a little bit awkward there because that Bard got to stay in that brush for that amount of time, and look how much damage he took. I don't think Ezra did a single anything then. But that was a nasty stun into trap. We're gonna have to be a lot more careful now. Harassing now is gonna be pretty difficult. They're not exactly the easiest lane to try and harass with the amount of range in this Caitlyn. They did increase the cooldown of Janna's Q. With ease. But yeah, that's all we're really going to be able to do every now and then. Okay, Nocturne's in the river, but we won't be able to help. Yeah, it's a good knock up there, but Ezreal's not really putting himself in a position to do a massive amount. That's a nice rare play. And hey, we got first blood, Janna OP, right? Nah, it was a really nice really nice Janna play, I was gonna say. A really nice rare play. Coming back over, they weren't expecting her to come back over that wall. But you can probably notice the runes that I've taken on the bottom left hand corner. We have gone Arcing Comet, we have taken Scorch to try and harass a little bit more during the lane. I don't imagine, also the mana cost on Q went up massively. I think it's plus 30 mana on that. Yeah, that kind of sucks that Ez got interrupted. I didn't have enough mana for shield. Yeah, so you can't spam the Q. It's so tempting to press that Q button and try and do some sort of like a mana flow ban proc if you have to or anything. But you just can't. You really can't. It costs way too much mana early, and the cooldown is very long. Ooh. That's gonna hurt. Hey Katie, hey Biz, I never caught your live stream before. Glad to see you streaming on YouTube too. Yeah, we're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick right now, although no one actually watches on Kick. In terms of like this rune build, I don't think Arcane Comet will probably be meta. I think Arcane Comet does feel a little troll. Maybe we could have okay, this Caitlyn's actually in a really bad position. Slow that, kicking in. Yeah, let's not talk about what just happened there. Yeah, that was really nice being able to punish the Caitlyn there, then just set up the queue for the pathing that she was going to go in order to prevent her from being able to get away then. It's quite interesting to see how much extra damage we're doing with auto attacks. It doesn't have to be so jumpy then. Did they change the slow on W? I don't recall there being any specific changes to the amount of slowage on the W. It's just that we're maybe maxing it, so you'll, as opposed to maxing like the E early, so it's a bit unusual maybe to see. But I could be wrong. I don't think there was any slow changes though. Oh yeah, they did reduce the duration. Yeah, sorry, from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. They did do that. I think one of the reasons why they did that is because you can get refund on your Q and your... I don't know how that works actually. In terms of if you W a target, does that then instantly proc your movement speed slow to then reduce the cooldown of... Or is it only the cooldown of the E? It might just be the cooldown of the E only, rather than all her ability, all her Q and W as well. Let's give Ez this shield here, just so that he can do a little bit more damage to turret, but... we need to hit that turret literally one more time, Ezreal. Okay, Bard's top. And that's a Nocturne ult somewhere. So we just need to try and... Can we punish this? I can't tank that anymore, buddy. You're taking way too long finishing that off. I don't know what happened to Ez and why he took so long killing the Caitlyn there, but I was too busy looking at health bars though. I'm assuming Ezreal missed something or messed something up there, because he probably shouldn't have died there considering the amount of turret hits I took there for him. Overall, it's worth it. We still get an extra 150 gold with the assist, and Caitlyn lost a few CS on the turret, but I think that Ez probably made a mistake. Which isn't looking great when he's got the most kills on the team. I'm a bit concerned by our carry potential for this game. Have they changed the graphic on the shield? The shield looks weird, unless it's just the skin. Looks tiny, like really, really small. Okay, yeah, it's not going good anywhere here. I mean, Bard did a tiny bit of roaming, but I don't know. We'll see. It depends on the champion set box. Yeah, but I don't recall it being so small on an Ezreal. Look how tiny this is. It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen Janna shield that small. How does Janna feel? I mean, this is only the first game at the moment. It feels okay. Probably would have been... Oh, hi. Better off not picking... Well... Not trying to harass so much against a Caitlyn. Shorter range AD carries like a Kaiser would be a lot easier. Yeah, this Oriana's getting to do a little bit too much, and she is like 3 levels above my Ezreal, for example. Come in. She's slowed. There's no way she's getting out of that now. Oh, my Ignite got it. Okay. Oh well. I think I would have preferred the Brad to get it, but yeah, it's not much I can do about an Ignite tick taking the kill. Yeah, Caitlyn's on 3-2 right now. I don't know, I'm pretty concerned about this game. Our top laner is 0-3, our jungle 0-2, mid lane 0-3. Nice, I think Ez got to land his Q there, but it looked like it did like no damage though. I'm being ditched here. He's gonna go through that wall. Thank you. I'm not panicking and blocking that. Appreciate that. Oh, Oriana nearly died there. I gave Ezreal extra AD. If I had like one more point in my E, maybe it would have been enough actually to kill the Oriana. That's kind of a shame. If we can at least get first turret here, it's not going to be too bad. Yeah, so the Herald is getting put down, but they're not going to get first turret, which is nice. In terms of like the W damage, I'm not really that happy with it. If I'm going to be completely honest, I feel like the W damage for maxing it is weak sauce, and I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm so dead. And the mana cost increase on the Q is a real... It really does hurt, actually. Oh no. I need to buy stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the damage feels quite on the lower end. I'm not fully happy with it. I guess it does provide the extra slow utility. I think we're already going to start falling off. I already kind of like have decided in my head I think the best build for Janna will probably be 3 points in W then maxing E, because the per point scaling in terms of like the actual damage isn't fantastic at 35. It's like it's okay. This Ez just needs to trust me a little bit more and not be so panicky. Is that a control wood? How is that still there? Would Imperial Mandate for poke help better? It would, but my main concern would be like later in the game, how often are you going to get the W poke? Like, I'm not going to want to start overextending and start poking here like that though. You can take the money, it's fine. I'm moving pretty fast. I'll probably go Staff or Flowing Water. Don't think Ardent will probably get that much benefit. Don't really like the ward situation here. I kind of need the recall. I have to recall after this wave here. We'll do the max W anyway because we kind of committed to it, but I'm not a massive fan of it. I mean, with the amount of AP we do have, but we do have a 42% slow on the Zypher, which is kind of cool. For point and click slow, that's quite good. 5-second cooldown, slow lasts for 2 seconds, plus, yeah, so got a decent uptime on that too on one target with no real major amount of effort. That's what you're doing, lad. All these berries, man. There's a Nocturne right there. I don't want those, do I? That's another kill for me. Slash, you have Bard ult, man. I've used my... Okay. I'm faster than this Janna, faster than this Caitlyn though. But this Caitlyn flashed after me with Ghost and she wasn't actually able to keep up with me. That was kind of funny. Yeah, what's the saying? Never take a bard tunnel. Just build up straight up MS items. I'm trying it out right now. The scaling on MS is okay. But yeah, I think Staff of Flame Water, like as an item anyway with our team is fine. Like it's absolutely fine to go into. If we had probably like a Vein, probably Ardent would be better with the Cogmore. But both of them have build it from Aether Wisp anyway. I think the team's kind of, I don't know why he's there like that, but... I'm not liking having shield maxed out so late, because the cooldown's still quite high, 9 seconds shield cooldown. Also my AD isn't getting like the strongest amount of attack damage from it. So yeah, I don't know. I think it probably will be 3 points in W, then max E, and then put the rest of the points back into W again afterwards, and then finally put points in Q last. I'm assuming that they're at Dragon. Cool, that's their jungler. Classic Bard move, that innit? Yeah, so they weren't doing Dragon even, they had kind of free reign over that. Yeah, oh, somehow dodged. Well, this extra movement speed is helping me dodge skill shots. Accidentally dodged a Orianna QW. I mean... I don't know, this Cho'Gath is 6-1. How are we going to deal with that? I think the answer is that we probably just don't. Do we have any way, like, as we'll probably have to go like Blade of the Rankin or something, like... We're not gonna have like a Leandries on the team either. I think we're in a little bit of trouble. 0-6 and a 1-7 in the solo lanes. 1-13. I've got more kills. I've got the same amount of kills as my jungle and top and mid combined. As Janna, this is... Okay, well, I can just out heal the Caitlyn apparently. It's a fight going bot. We're probably not going to win that. We're going to have to go back and defend. Oh. Oh. That's kind of cringe. But hey, at least we didn't die, right? This turret's gonna go down if I don't stay here. Okay, turret saved. So you can't get a bigger shield anymore from slowing enemies? No, it reduces the cooldown of your E. Okay, I don't have control. That might be kind of bad, but we shall see. 47.3. Wait, no, 44.9% slow because we got Tailwind, I guess. Decent chunk of slow. We're still going to be queuing more AP as the game goes on. I think you probably definitely do the argument of, like, I know people probably generally did anyway, but Dark Seal Janna actually is probably the something that you might want to consider doing more regularly if you weren't already. I think Dark Seal Janna definitely is an option. But yeah, this game's definitely going to be an uphill battle, that's for sure. So you want to shield somebody, get a little bit of extra AP. Gotta be careful of Nocturne, he's got ulti. We keep losing people for free. 1-9, 1-6, 2-6. So I think the main thing to take away in here at lane is like Janna W is okay. Just probably try not to play it. Oh my god, that demolish. Is to try not to play against too high range AD carries, otherwise you might have a little bit of a tough time. I mean, yeah, they're probably gonna make a play around Baron at some point. And this might be troll, but Relentless Hunter Janna. That's what we're using right now. Yeah, that's Baron already gone. I don't want to go as deep as that Mundo. Okay, well, we're gonna have to do a bot wave in a second as well. Yeah, I still don't like having, like, it's a 24-minute game, 25-minute game. I know we're not ahead, but like not having E maxed at this point in the game does feel troll. Yeah, this turret's gonna go down. Oh yeah, this turret is definitely down anyway. Yeah, in terms of actual like raw damage though, the W is not fantastic. Like, it's okay. I'm finding it very hard to recommend maxing, honestly. Right in the tier list, in the patch notes that I covered in my tier list said max W, but I actually don't think that is the right move, because it's just delaying your max shield too much. The benefit of maxing the W at that point is not fantastic. The one thing I am liking though is the extra bit of cheeky movement speed though is quite nice. That's about it really. I think if you're not gonna max W, I think Gathering Storm would probably be the call. Reasoning why I went Scorch for this one is just in theory testing out being able to harass more in lane and stuff like that. Just kind of fully leaning into that kind of AP Janna, kind of rune dream. Okay, we're gonna go for that Ardent. It's not really gonna benefit the team a huge amount, but I want the movement speed. Ez has armor pen now, but he needs % max health damage. But I think the game's going to be over at some point. But one thing I am enjoying is having so much movement speed though. Having this amount of movement speed is fun. Oh, just got a headshot there at the end. It's just a shame everyone's so weak. I feel like that team fight we probably could have won it if things were more even. Yeah, that Caitlyn's ended up on 11 kills, which feels a little bit unfair. I do think like the Ezreal could have, you know, been a little bit better in lane, even though we did win it. I do feel like we probably were a little bit unlucky with matchmaking here, but it has opened my eyes to what the laning phase is going to look like though on Janna, and she looks like she's going to be okay. But as I said, I think the W max is not... Definitely not max W against someone like a Caitlyn or someone like super high range, because you're just not going to be able to get the W procs as often. So you might as well then just start focusing a little bit more into shield. And yeah, Q feels horrible. We didn't really talk about Q, but Q feels absolutely disgustingly horrible. So I don't know if they'll look at buffing that at some point, but Q feels horrible now to use. It's like so punishing if you even think about using it. You really can't use it aggressively at all in my opinion. Unless it's like that Caitlyn situation where we caught off the Caitlyn where I used my Q. Like, unless you know for certain that someone is absolutely caught off, you can't use your Q aggressively at all. Like, the mana cost is also ridiculously high. At level 1, 90 mana is yeah, that's something that we're gonna need to think about as well. So yeah, overall, the revert, the change, I think it's fair to place her in my tier list tier 2. I don't think she's tier 1, honestly. I know it's just one game, but I can already kind of feel like if the damage numbers on the W were much higher, I could see her being way more dominant in lane in terms of just like being able to like essentially solo carry it. She's not in that kind of position. She feels really punishing to use a Q. E, it feels kind of okay. One of the things I did like the most is just like how much movement speed I had the entire game. It felt really, really nice. Like looking at rotations and things like that, I think Janna's going to feel really nice in terms of roaming. But yeah, I think overall this is probably going to be a nerf for a majority of Janna players. I know that people are excited about the revert and thinking, oh my god, I get to poke as Janna, but it's the poke's not strong enough in order to... This is what I was worried about in the tier list. Like the poke is not strong enough to have that kind of like laning phase dream of like you're kind of, you know, doing a lot of damage, maybe not quite as much as a Karma, but like, you know, at that kind of stage of being like a Karma in lane and then being a proper enchanter in the mid game onwards. So she definitely has that transition of poking in lane and then you're moving as an enchanter. elsewhere, but like the defensive capabilities of her, for her teammates, I should probably say, are not as strong in my opinion. I think viably going into something like Glacial Augment, honestly, might actually be better than even going like Airy or Arcing Comet. I think is a no. Airy, I think, yeah, you want to go Airy over Arcing Comet. Arcing Comet is just way too greedy. But yeah, Glacial, going back to Glacial, honestly, could be an option. The only thing I'll say about that is that we did mention that Q feels absolutely horrible to play. Like the Q feels really, really bad. So yeah, we'll have to maybe think about that one and adjust. Like maybe Glacial Augment would be better against those tank supports, because then you're more likely to get to do the Qs in lane and then use them. The only downside again is that you're going to go out of mana really fast as well from using it. So yeah, lots of things to kind of juggle and kind of consider, but I don't think this is the right rune build, and I think we can tweak the skill order as well to make this better. But that's my first game with Janna, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and we'll do more.